Good afternoon to you.
Oh, wow.
I'm very good. What did you think of that?
Nice montage there, and good song to go with it.
Great song. Playing to win. That's what you're there for, isn't it?
Exactly. And obviously a slow start, was disappointing for us, and if we could have found this form earlier, probably would have been closer to the top of the pool. But, no doubt that we've found our form and playing well.
Now, Peter Walsh there said he wants someone to come up and clock him one. Would you like the job?
Yeah, just give me a call when we fly back, mate. I'll head straight there.
Okay, then. Lithuania, a European powerhouse. Now, the game didn't have any bearing on the makeup of where you're going to next, and we'll get to that in a minute. But to defeat a European powerhouse like you did yesterday, that must give you all the confidence of where you are going to next.
Definitely. Like you said, the game didn't mean much standings-wise, but, you still got the jersey on the front of your chest, and that means a lot to us. And we played. That was a pride game. We struggled against Lithuania. They've denied us bronze medals twice back in the day, throughout the 90s and 2000s. So we just wanted to go out there and give it our all. And we played a hell of a game and couldn't really miss.
You obviously took a game plan into that game, didn't you?
Yeah, definitely. We wanted to pressure their guards. We thought their guards were a bit slower than ours, and wanted to get up the floor and tire them out a bit because they didn't really play their whole team, their whole bench like we do, and we did a great job with it.
Now, your coach, Brian Gorshian, says for your next game, there really is no game plan, is there?
Definitely not. You got to bring your shoes in your bag and be ready to play from the start. We got to bring energy. That game's a big energy game because the States are just going to want to push the ball out and get dunks and get easy baskets, and they're going to try to intimidate us and do all that type of stuff. And we just got to stay calm. If we shoot the ball as well as we did against Lithuania, we're definitely with a fighting chance. Against
the USA, who you lost to in Shanghai in the warm-up tournament. Now, I know you didn't play in that match because of an ankle injury, but is that game so different to the one coming up?
Yeah, definitely. You can't really compare that. It was a practice game, and they played 4 games in 6 days, and so did we. And it was good for morale, but the score out of that didn't really mean much. It's an Olympic Games, and they're gonna try to come out and kill us, and they're gonna try to knock us out with the first punch. And they've done that to every team so far. So the challenge is going to be to stem the run early and just try to stay within striking distance and maybe get the game towards the end.
Has Coach Gorshian had you listening to the Rocky theme?
He's mentioned it a couple of times in the team talks, though. He's definitely mentioned it, especially that everybody was doubting us after the 2 losses, rightfully so. So we basically stuck together as a group. That's all we could do, and got the last 2 games, which were huge for us.
The losses to Croatia and Argentina there. Argentina, the reigning Olympic champions. The USA want the gold medal. Obviously, we want the gold medal. But if you'd beaten the Croatians, you wouldn't be meeting them now, the USA, would you, in this next phase?
Definitely not, and that's a disappointing thing. We found our form maybe a little too late in pool play, and obviously the win with Croatia would have, looking back in hindsight, would have helped us immensely, probably put us second in our pool. But we can't look back on that now. We're focusing on the US. We're happy to be, we're the top 8 teams in the world, and it's an unbelievable thing to say an Australian basketball team is with the eight best teams in the world, especially in this day and age with European teams just getting better and better, the US teams, and we're very proud of that. But in the same sense, we don't want to just end there.
Tell me about the side, the squad that the Boomers are. Are you really tight?
Oh, definitely. I think we got tighter. When we lost those first 2 games, we kind of separated a little bit, and then we realised we're not gonna enjoy this Olympics if we keep playing like that and keep, if we don't stay together. And credit to the coaching staff and the players. We all just no one really even said it in a meeting or anything like that. We just decided let's come together and enjoy this as an Olympic Games and wherever the chips may fall, if we don't get through the next round, if we didn't beat Russia, as long as we play hard and enjoy ourselves, which is what we're doing.
You've risen through the ranks of basketball to the highest echelons very quickly. There's a couple of young kids in the Boomers side. They're going really well, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely, and obviously they're the future. They're the future of Australian basketball. Brad Newley, Pat Mills, obviously myself in there. We're all, around in between 20 and 25. We've probably got 2 or 3 campaigns left in us, and I think they're probably the foundations of this team. And we've got a couple of, obviously a kid that's not playing with us in Nathan Jawai, who just got drafted, who's got NBA commitments. But the future's definitely bright. We just got to nurture it and make sure everyone's there every year playing for their country.
We know the Americans can be beaten. It happened last time round. So tomorrow, it's all to play for, really, isn't it?
Definitely. For us, we have nothing else to lose. I mean, there would not be one pundit in the world saying Australia's going to beat the US, and obviously, rightfully so. They're the best team in the world, and they're, NBA superstars and whatnot. So we go in there as kind of quiet achievers, and, like I said, if we go in there and play as hard as we can, bring a lot of energy, and lose by 50 or win by 50, it doesn't matter. As long as we know we gave it our all and pushed them, we'll be happy with ourselves.
Well, you're an NBA star too, Andrew. You shouldn't forget that. How is it for you to wear the green and gold? We know what it's like playing in the NBA, and we know you've got a nice car and you've got a nice house and you've got plenty of cash these days. But when it comes down to it, what is it like wearing the green and gold?
I think the big difference you'd have to say is our first two losses, we were down, and if that was in the, maybe in the NBA, it would be very, very hard to bounce back. Guys would kind of throw the towel in, and that's why I'm very proud to be part of the Australian team. Is we didn't throw the towel in. We faced a lot of adversity and faced the European champions in Russia in a do-or-die game, and ended up beating them by 15 or 20. And that's what it's about, to being Australian and playing for the Australian Boomers, is just never giving up, and I think that's part of the Australian spirit, and I think we really proved that against Russia.
Great fighting spirit. Now, are you keeping an eye across the girls, the Opals?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, they're in our block. They're one floor above us, so we always see each other, and we hang out a fair bit and at dining hall, have a bit of a chat. So they have a big game tonight. I think that they should get that one, and hopefully they can bring back a medal again.
The Opals quest as well. Their main target is your main target, the USA, but they might not meet them until the final.
Yeah, definitely. That's their nemesis. Obviously, Russia's a force, but they blew them out and came back from a 15-point deficit last game. So they're probably one of the best teams in the world. Obviously, the defending world champions coming from the World Championships in '06, and I think the US are going to really go at them, and that'll be a great game to watch if they both make the finals.
Andrew, all the best for tomorrow against the USA in the quarterfinal. I'm sure they'll have a huge TV audience in America, but there'll be plenty of listeners listening to ABC Local Radio right around Australia, keeping a keen ear on Walshy's commentary. Remember, you're more than welcome to go up and belt him one when he wants it.
Definitely. Well, we appreciate all the support from Australia back home, and keep on supporting us. Thanks.